guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to my annoying voice one more time. I'm sorry, I just can't help it. I want to film for you guys already, and before January ends I want to have this video up for you guys, which was supposed to be at the beginning of the month, you know, with all my favorites of 2019. This is the last 2019 related video I will have, and it is my 2019 fails. Products that didn't work out for me, that I didn't like, that just, you know, they weren't it. So I have a list right here of products that I no longer have because I either gave them to my mom, my aunt, my cousins, and then I have my little box of products that I still have that I can actually show you. Of course, I will be including like pictures of what the products look like because that's what we're starting off with, this list. And remember that if there are any products on this list in this video that you like that work out for you, that is totally fine. Not every product works out for everyone. If I may love the product, you may hate it, vice versa, and you know, it's okay because it's just makeup. It doesn't work out for everyone the same. Of course, we all buy products hoping that they work out for us, and then there's just some products that they just don't. So with that being said, let's get started with the first foundation of the list, which is L'Oreal Infallible Foundation. Now I think I gave this one to my mom and she actually likes it more than I did. It was just too glowy, too luminous for me, and it made my skin look greasy within a couple of hours, and that's never a look I'm looking for or going for. So it's definitely a foundation that was not for me. Now this is like a combo of products from Venti Beauty. Concealer, foundation, and powder. They did not work out for me. I know these are holy grail for a lot of people, but I feel like Fenty Beauty complexion products just, they don't work for me. Their highlighters, their lip products, amazing, phenomenal. Complexion products are just a no-go for me. So the concealer, I didn't feel like it did anything, and I actually felt like it removed my foundation, which is not something I like in a concealer. So that was definitely right away a return. These are the products that I actually returned, these 3 Fenty Beauty products. Actually, with the exception of the foundation, which I still have. The foundation, I think I liked it for about 2 months. After that, it just wasn't working with my skin anymore. I felt like it would, even if I did it with a brush or a sponge, it would create little, like it would ball up. Kind of like when a sweater pills. That's what my foundation looked, which is definitely a look I am never going for. And then the powder. The powder emphasized every single pore in my skin, and it made my skin look so dry and just ugly that I was like, wait, this is a joke. I have a powder on today, and I feel like my foundation, my makeup today looks amazing. Like I haven't felt this good in a while, especially since I was sick and I hadn't been wearing makeup. But today's makeup look, I don't know what it is. It just feels like it looks so pretty. Now the powder that I used today is like an $8 powder from the drugstore, and it gives me that soft, focused, like blurred look to the skin that the Fenty could never on my skin. And I tried it a lot of times. I gave it a lot of opportunities, and it just did not work out for me. So those Fenty products were definitely a pass. I know a lot of people love them, and that's amazing. I'll stick to her glosses, which I adore, and her liquid lipsticks, because these products are just a no. The next product is a concealer, and this is from Rimmel. It's their Stay Matte Concealer, and according to them, it was a full coverage concealer. I don't really know if they understand the concept of full coverage, because this concealer was far, far from full coverage, and I went to 3 different stores hunting this concealer down because I was like, oh my gosh, it's going to be good. It's from the drugstore. I like Rimmel products. This was just not it. Definitely no. I did about 2-3 coats to get a decent, like, medium fullish coverage, and that's just too much concealer for me. I like to take my concealer wand out, apply on this eye and then this eye, and that's good for me. I don't need to be applying 2-3 coats of concealer because it just becomes too much. I already have a lot of fine lines under my eyes, and some concealers tend to like crack or like settle in there, so I don't need to apply more product to emphasize that even more. So that concealer was definitely a no-go for me. Next is the e.l.f. Poreless Primer. There was nothing that made my skin look poreless about this primer. Like, it was a pore filling primer, and it didn't do anything. And my foundation actually got oily within 2 hours of having this primer on. So it was definitely a primer that did nothing for me, nothing for my skin, nothing to fill my pores. I'd rather stick with my Benefit Professional, even if it's more expensive. That's the reason I actually tried this one, because I was like, okay, maybe there's an affordable alternative to me buying the high-end one, but this was not it. I will keep looking for something affordable that fills in my pores and gives me a nice, like, you know, canvas to my skin before I apply my foundation. We have another e.l.f. product, and this is their foundation. This did nothing for my skin but make it super, super greasy. It had 0 to no coverage on my skin unless I packed on 4 layers, and that's not a look I'm going for. I'd rather use a very full coverage foundation that I just have to do 1 layer and I'm good and set and very covered, rather than something that's going to look a little more natural-esque, but I have to apply 4 coats. That's just too much for me, and I do have foundations that have that natural look to them that I love. This one was just not it for me. And that was it on the list for the products that I don't have. Now let's move into all of these products. Starting off with this product, which is a Pharmacy Honeymoon Glow. This is a long ass name. AHA Resurfacing Night Serum with hydrating honey and gentle flower acids. So it's a serum basically. This stuff I'm never using again. I tried it once and I couldn't bring myself to try it again. It caused a burning, and I mean extremely burning sensation on my skin that lasted for over 5 minutes, and it was so intense and it was so like frustrating that I couldn't get rid of that feeling quickly because it was burning my skin. My skin was red, and it was intense. It literally felt like I was getting, like, my skin got a chemical peel, which is crazy to say that about a serum, but it just didn't go well with my skin. Clearly, it didn't work out for my skin. I am never trying it again. I am not giving it a second chance because I am not risking going through that again with this product. So this was just a no for me. And I was like, okay, maybe it just happened to me. But I saw a couple reviews that the same thing, the same burning red sensation, other people had it. And this was a product that was in our BoxyCharm. It was made exclusively for BoxyCharm. So I don't know. It just, I was so traumatized with this product. Honestly, I'm not even going to lie. Like, that was horrible. And that was one and only time that I used it. And I was like, never again. Now this next product, I know you guys probably remember it. You guys probably remember the tomato face. And yeah, I still have it. I saved it so that I can show it to you guys in this video. Makeup Obsession Mega Metal Highlighter. Oh, ¿qué pasó? Oh my god. Do you guys see my face? And how it looks? I decided to try out new products today. And I look like a tomato now. And I didn't even get to take good pictures of my eye makeup or my face makeup before this happened. I want to cry, I'm upset, and I'm laughing all at the same time. I've never had something like this happen to me, especially when I was filming a video
trying new makeup. I always thought people just played it up in their videos to get more views. And then this freaking happens to me. Mind you, this was a highlighter that I decided to apply a setting spray on, and I turned into a freaking tomato. A tomato.
This is the worst highlighter I've ever used in my life. This is that type of highlighter that if you wet it, if you set your skin with any setting spray, it will turn red. And a lot of people were giving me like crap, telling me that I caused it. I tried this with water. I tried it with various amount of different setting sprays, and everything turned this product red. Even when I didn't apply it on my face, I applied it on my arm so that I can test it and see if it was maybe one specific setting spray. It was all my setting sprays, water, any liquid that touched this product, it would turn red. So imagine having a highlighter that you apply on your cheekbones, your nose area, and then you set your makeup with your setting spray that you love that always works, and you look like a tomato. Yeah, it's not a look I'm going for, and I am I was not happy with this. So yeah, I got this at Target because they carry this brand at Target. And honestly, this experience has put me off from wanting to try anything else from the brand. But hopefully soon I'll get one of their palettes or something. They look pretty interesting. Just, I wouldn't purchase their highlighters again. Moving on to a foundation that I did not like. And it's the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Stick Foundation. Now this foundation did the same thing as like the Venti foundation, that it was looking pilly on the skin, so it was like balling up, and that's just never a look I think anyone's looking for, especially for a foundation when you're blending it and it's just like rolling off the skin. I don't really necessarily think that's what should happen with a foundation. And there's two other foundations that work for me. This one just doesn't. I'm thinking maybe it's too dry and that's why that happens on my skin. Or maybe, I really don't know, because I tried it a couple of times and it just always happens. So I determined that clearly it was a foundation that just doesn't go with my skin. I tried it with sponges and I tried it with like different brushes and it still happened. So this did not work out for me. This next product is the Maybelline Superstay Full Coverage Concealer. This one, I really liked the packaging, that it's like a little squeeze tube and it has an applicator. So super excited for this one. But this is not full coverage. It feels a little too drying under the eyes, and this actually moves my foundation. As I'm blending it out, I feel like my foundation is being removed, which I hate that look. I hate when that happens because that usually indicates that the concealer just doesn't work out for me. I tried it with various different foundations just to be sure that it wasn't that specific foundation that just didn't mesh well with this concealer, and the same thing happened. And then once I set it, it started kind of like breaking up in my fine lines, but then the foundation and the concealer would be removed from under like this area, specifically close to my waterline. Yeah, my inner corner. That's what I meant. And I just don't want to look like I'm missing part of my foundation down here, because it's not a good look. And this concealer just, it did nothing good for my skin. Nothing good. The next product is this Becca First Light Priming Filter Instant Complexion Refresh. The only thing I liked about this was that it feels a little refreshing. It's like a purple liquid product. It feels refreshing. I don't feel like it helped my foundation in any way. It has a citrusy scent, which, I don't know, it smells like a cheap hand soap, like a cheap citrusy hand soap that, I don't know, I just don't like the scent of it. I mean, it has like a tiny, tiny glow to it, but it did nothing for my skin. It didn't help my foundation last longer. It didn't help it look nicer. It was literally like I applied nothing to my skin before I applied my foundation. So this was a dud. Next, I have 3 mascaras that I was so excited to try, and I thought they would work good on me. They worked for a little bit, but then they give me that raccoon look at the end of the night, which is never a look I'm going for. I don't know about you guys, but it's not a look. They flake. They're so flaky and crumbly. I hate that. 2 of these, I love the wand and I love the length they give me, but it's just not worth it. It's just not worth having all the crumbly mascara throughout the day. It's annoying. I would use these up for video purpose days, but that's about it. I would not go out with these. The first one is the IT Superhero Mascara. The second one is the Too Faced Better Than Sex. And the third one is the Trestique Mascara. And I got all 3 of these in my BoxyCharm on different months. Another thing with this one was that I thought that this eyelash curler was going to be so cool. And I thought it was so innovative. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's genius. But it really isn't. Because when you actually use it, as you can see, I can only get half of my lashes on one clamp, and then I have to get the other half, and that creates a separation in the middle, like it literally does, which I don't like. Even if I go in the middle and then go outward, out here, it's only a little bit that it curls them too much. It didn't really work out how I expected it to. So these, again, I will use them on filming days, but sometimes I'm like, I go out in my filming look and I don't want to go out with the crappy mascara, but it is what it is. This next product, I was so freaking sad that it didn't work. It's the second product that I try, and this is from ColourPop. This is probably the only product that I don't like from ColourPop, the 1% that didn't work out for me, and it's their gel liners. I bought the color Joyride, which is a gorgeous burgundy, like wine shade. I had previously purchased the white one, and I was like, okay, maybe it's because the white is so hard to make. You know, I don't even know how hard products are to make, but that was just what I thought. And then I bought this, and I was so pumped to use it. I was so ready, and it doesn't work. Like, it doesn't. It crumbles so much that you can never get like a straight line. As much as you pack on the brush or as little as you pack, it crumbles when you're applying it. I wish this had like a better formula that actually worked, because they actually have amazing colors. Like, they come out with such beautiful colors all the time, but they don't work. Like, they don't. They're so crumbly, and I hate that. And if you can see, it all is already drying and cracking. And I haven't had this product for a very long time, which also sucks. That means they don't really last long, which is annoying. So yeah, I won't be buying any more of these unless like they announce that they're reformulating them. And maybe I'll try their new formula, but I doubt it. So yeah, this was definitely annoying that it was so bad. This next product is a highlighter palette from Makeup Revolution, and this isn't a highlighter palette. I don't know what they thought with this palette, because they usually have bomb ass highlighters. Like, Makeup Revolution can really do really nice highlighter palettes. This is not one of them, and this is probably the only one that I've tried that is not a good one. These are powders, honestly. These are just powders with a light, and I mean a very light, glowy look to them. But as you can see, they look more like powders. Now, when you blend it out, it just looks like I applied like a glowy powder, glowy setting powder, which when I try to apply this as a highlighter, it just looks like I have a stark white mark of powder. It doesn't look glowy. It doesn't look nice. So I was like, okay, let me try set my under eyes to give me a really nice glowy look. No, it just looks cakey and heavy. So I don't know. These just were a dud. I was excited for these because they look so beautiful in the pan, but they just don't perform well in my opinion. Now, this last product is from the brand Collab, which you can find this brand at Sally's Beauty Supply. And if you don't know, Collab is a brand created by a lot of influencers, and There are a couple influencers that I like, that I actually watch their videos and I trust their reviews, that are part of this group. And one of the girls has always talked about this powder and would use it in every single one of her tutorials. So I was like, I have to buy it. It looks so beautiful on her skin. She has oily skin. I have oily skin. It's going to work good. I'm going to love it. No. She always had one with the black cap, and then in one of the videos she mentioned that the packaging got changed and it was now with the white cap. When I went in store, couldn't find the black cap. I was like, okay, so it's true that they did change the packaging. This doesn't work like it does on her, and it has a little bit of product. I don't know if you guys can tell. Usually these powders are filled. I've used this maybe like 3 or 4 times. I don't think I've used enough time so that it can be like literally empty. It's less than halfway. Like if once the powder settles, it's less than halfway, and there's only a little bit of product in here, so you can't say it's all up there. I feel like I was gypped and it didn't work. It doesn't do anything. It doesn't give me that soft focus look that it says it does. It's called the Set the Stage Soft Focus Translucent Finishing Powder. It just, no, it doesn't do anything. My Maybelline Fit Me Powder, which is what I'm wearing today, made my skin look so much nicer than this one. This one's a little more expensive, so I rather stick to that Maybelline one rather than this one that feels literally like it does nothing. And that's basically it for this video of my disappointing products of 2019. Let me know in the comments, what was your most disappointing product? For me, the 2 products that honestly take the crown of the worst, because they were actually bad for my skin and on my skin, are these 2. The Makeup Obsession highlighter and the Pharmacy, because that reaction I had to this, it was just insane. And those definitely take the crown for the worst of the worst. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate all your support, and I hope I don't sound like a dog anymore in the next video. But yeah, I will see you all in my next video. Bye.